Kool TV proudly presents Lewis County Lions softball as the Kool Hit Sports Network brings you coverage of the Lions live from Vanceburg, Kentucky. Now let's head to the field for the pregame show and Lewis County Lions softball live on Kool TV.
And a pleasant good evening from Vanceburg here at the Lewis County Softball Complex on a cold and chilly Friday night here in this second Friday in April. We'll get you set for 63rd District matchup between Raceland and Lewis County. Both comes in off of losses last night. Lewis County falling to Greenup 9-1 down in Lloyd. Raceland fell 5-4 to Portsmouth Notre Dame after rolling off a good run at the beach and then rolling in through the All-A, knocking off Elliott County and West Carter in both of those games to take the 16th Region Championship. So here tonight, the first district matchup for the Rams, as they've got a lot of district games coming up this coming week. Russell at home on Tuesday. They go to Greenup at home on Thursday. And then the game with Greenup and Lewis is going to flip. So that game that was on the 28th that was supposed to be in Lloyd is now going to be here. So, again, Mother Nature trying to take control of everything that's going on. And, again, yesterday they were supposed to play here and there was no way, but they've done a phenomenal job getting this field ready to go. And we're ready for some softball here this evening. We'll take a break. We come back. We'll look at our starting lineups and get you ready for first pitch. Raceland and Lewis County after this on Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella. Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Kentucky Christian University is a private, nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. For over a century, KCU has been transforming the hearts and minds of students through a Christ-centered academic community that is both academically rigorous and intimately personal. Begin the journey to the career of your dreams today at kcu.edu.
Back here at Lewis County as we get you set for Raceland and Lewis County here in the 63rd District Showdown. Let's meet our starting lineups. We'll start first with the visitors on the scoreboard, the Raceland Rams. Leading things off and playing shortstop is Brenna Wellman. Batting second in left field is Peyton Mackey. Batting third and doing the catching is Callie Vance. The cleanup hitter is the pitcher, Devana Grubb. Batting fifth and playing first base is Lily Poplin. Batting sixth at second base, Shelby Gauze. Batting seventh and playing center field is Bailey Burney. Carly Fannin will bat eighth. She's in right field, and batting ninth at third base is Allison McMacken. Again, Wellman, Mackey, Vance, Grubb, Poplin, Gauze, Burney, Fannin, and McMacken. Now the starting lineup for the Lewis County Lions. Leading things off and playing left field is Mila Clark. Batting second and playing shortstop is Kaylin Case. Batting third at second base is Grace Schweitzer. The cleanup hitter is the third baseman, Jara Lucas. Batting fifth and pitching, Kaya Noble. Batting sixth in center field is Sophia Egbert. Batting seventh at first base, Kason Crawford. Batting eighth and catching is Lisa Kamer. And batting ninth in right field is Peyton Riggs. Clark, Case, Schweitzer, Lucas, Noble, Egbert, Crawford, Kamer, and Riggs. Starting lineup for the Lewis County Lions. Interesting jerseys tonight. Both teams are in white. I don't know that I've seen that in a very long time, but again, they're very distinguished. Lewis County is the pinstripes tonight, but both teams wearing the tops white. Raceland will be in the black bottoms with Lewis County in their white bottoms. So Lewis County sits at 5-6 on the season. They've lost their last two. Last time out against Greenup County last night, 9-1 down in Lloyd. They closed things out down at the beach with an 8-1 loss to Padua Franciscan out of Cleveland, Ohio. And then the Rams last night falling to Portsmouth Notre Dame 5-4. Rams sit at 10-3 on the season. Had rolled off 5 consecutive wins after taking a thumping by Ashland in the first game of the season, 16-5 in 6 innings. And then had a 2-2 out or 3-1 record out at the beach before coming back home. All right, we'll step out for a break. We'll do the national anthem. When we return, we'll get everybody ready to rock and roll. We've got Lewis County and Raceland 63rd District matchup after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart Collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter. Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Baseball and softball seasons are here, and Grayson Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop for everything from bats and gloves to helmets and accessories. No matter the age, Grayson Sporting Goods has the size to get your favorite star ready to hit the field. Grayson Sporting Goods also offers a full selection of East and West Carter team gear with custom printing and embroidery available on many items. Stop by Grayson Sporting Goods, located on Main Street in downtown Grayson, proudly serving Carter County and surrounding counties since 1975.
Back here in Vanceburg is both of our starting lineups being announced. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Lewis County Lions. Mila Clark, Sophia Egbert, and Peyton Riggs. That's left to right. Third to first will be Gerald Lucas, Kaylin Case, Gress Schweitzer, and Kaysen Crawford. Lisa Kamer will be behind the dish, and the right-hander of Kaya Noble inside the circle. Take a look at Noble's numbers here in just a moment. Umpires for tonight's game. William Jordan behind the dish and Jerry Foster in the field. Kaya Noble will be inside the circle. This will be her 6th appearance on the season, a 10-3 record. No ERA on the year. She's only given up 3 runs. None of those have been earned. 33 2/3 innings of work, 15 hits, 10 strikeouts, 3 walks. She'll go at the top of the order for the Rams of Wellman, Mackey, and Vance. cold night here in Vanceburg. 44 degrees and a stiff breeze blowing out of the left field corner toward that right field foul pole. So we are ready to get things rolling here in just a minute as Mr. Jordan has his final words with the starting pitcher for tonight's game of Kaya Noble. And Brendan Wellman will lead things off. Wellman a .528 hitter, 19 hits, 15 driven in, 7 doubles on the season, 14 walks. She's a big threat once she gets on the base paths. Noble ready to put us underway as she'll wind and deal. And empty that one in there for a first pitch called strike, and this ball game is underway. 6 o'clock on the nose, 44 degrees under cloudy skies, very breezy conditions. Winds blowing out of that left field corner back toward the right field corner and first base dugout. Outfield straight away for the Rams shortstop, who plays up in the front half of the box. Noble back to her motion. That one misses up and away for a ball, 1-1. The 1-1. Fouled straight back, and the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Wellman. Wellman with 1 triple on the season. Raceland with 7 as a team. They have 37 doubles. They've hit 17 home runs. You poke one out of here tonight, it's an absolute smoked ball. This one's poked out of the first base side dugout, not a play. Wellman hangs around on a 1-2 count. Another 1-2 from Noble. Bounces that one into the plate. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. All natural playing surface here in Vanceburg. 2-2. A rocket over to third. Lucas with a pick and a throw. A nice play there by the third baseman. 1 away in the inning. So with 1 down, the left fielder of Peyton Mackey comes in. Mackey, a junior, batting .462 on the season, 18 hits, 19 driven in, 6 doubles on the season. She rocks this one over toward Case at short. She tries to make a backhand play on it, but can't get there as it gets through and into left field for a base hit. Had Case gotten there, I don't know that she was going to be able to do anything with it because it was deep into the hole. But a heck of an effort there either way. So racing with a runner aboard and the catcher Callie Vance in. .475 hitter, 19 hits, 22 driven in. Vance with 3 long balls on the season. She rockets this one over the head of over the third baseman's head, In at third base, standing up is Mackey. Vance motors in out at second base with her 8th double of the season. And the Rams in business here in the visiting first inning. We'll get a courtesy runner in for Vance as Jill Reif will come on to run. Devanna Grubb steps in, a .256 hitter. Vance with her 8th double of the season. So Mackey over at third now. Reif running for Vance out at second. 1 away in the inning. And Devanna Grubb steps in trying to help her own cause. That one misses just high for a ball 1-0. Lily Poplin awaits on the on-deck circle, would go next. Lions would trade it out for a run here. Trying to keep away from a big inning in the first frame. That one's in there for a called strike. Kind of evens in a ball and a strike. Noble settles on the rubber. The 1-1. Up and away, ball 2-2-1. Misses up and away again. It's 3-1 to the Rams pitcher. Wellman with a ground on a sharply hit ball to Lucas over at third. And Mackey blistered one into the hole at short. And then Vance goes back over top of Lucas's head and picks up the double. So the count goes to full on the pitch down and away. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down in the inning. Big strike out there by Kaya Noble. She needed that one in the worst way possible. Noble picking up only her 11th strikeout of the season. But now there's 2 down, and into the batter's box will be Lily Poplin, the first baseman. Someone misses down and away for a ball. Good spot. 475 hitter, 19 hits, 29 driven in, 5 doubles on the year. Only an 8th grader. She's left the park 7 times, 7 of the 17 home runs for the Rams this season. 1-0 pitch, up and away, 2-0. Shelby Gauls would go next if the inning continues. She has been absolutely unleashing it on the ball here as of late, hitting over 600 on the season. The 2-0. Jams are inside. Lucas will field and throw, and the Lions get out of the inning unscathed as the Rams come up empty. They leave 2. We go to the bottom of inning number 1. Scoreless with Lewis County coming to the bat after this on Kool TV.
Hello, everyone. I am Rick Clark. Let me introduce you to Carlisle, Annabelle, and Zach.
And as you can tell by these commercials, this family has a lot of fun.
We have a great team here at Clark's.
And we would love for you to join our family.
Whether you're a young person looking for your first job, someone who's looking for extra work, or maybe you're ready to start a career at a growing company, we want to talk to you. To find out more and start the process, go to myclarkspns.com.
Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return,
refresh,
refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. Raceland gets 2 runners on board but comes up empty. So now Lewis County will bring their sticks to the plate. Let's take a look at the defensive alignment for the Raceland Rams. Left to right, Mackey, Burney, and Fannin. Third to first, McMacken, Wellman, Gauls, and Poplin. Callie Vance behind the dish, and inside the circle is the senior Devanna Grubb. Grubb on the season. This will be her 13th appearance of the year. A 10-1 record with a 6.65 ERA, 46 1/3 innings of work, 67 hits, 30 strikeouts, and 21 walks, 49 runs surrendered. 44 of those have been earned. Clark, Case, and Schweitzer, the 3 that'll go for the Lions here to start things off. Mila Clark. And she pokes this one straight back into center field in a leadoff single. So good start for the Lions. So now Kaylin Case steps in. Case a .438 hitter, 14 hits, 3 driven in. This one's lifted skyward and gets out of play for a foul ball. The 0-1. Upstairs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lifted skyward in the infield. Vance giving it a look. Makes the catch behind the plate. 1 down in the inning. So now Grace Schweitzer, the second baseman, climbs in. 1 on, 1 out for the Lions. Schweitzer, a .394 hitter on the season. 13 hits, 7 driven in on the year. She fouls his first pitch away. The 0-1. Tries to spot on the outside corner but misses wide. 1 ball, 1 strike. She stays back and slaps this one over to right field. And a 1-out single by Schweitzer. So 2 on, and the catcher, or the third baseman, if Jared Lucas steps in. She stays back and slaps this one over to right field. Lucas, a .324 hitter, 11 hits, 9 driven in. That was at the knees for a called strike. Clark at second, Schweitzer over at first. A pair of singles by the 2. That one misses downstairs. The count evens at a ball and a strike. Kaya Noble will go next. Would love to see her team help her out. A couple of runs, or at least 1 here in the first after Raceland had 2 on in scoring position with only 1 out, but failed to push it across. 2-1 the count to the third baseman of Jared Lucas. She flips this one over into left field. That one's going to dive in there for a base hit. Lewis kind of going station to station, but they've loaded the bases here in the first inning. So that'll bring in the pitcher of Kaya Noble. Noble, a .531 hitter, 17 hits, 11 driven in, 5 doubles on the year. So an opportunity to help her own cause here. She could lace one in and pick up a couple. Clark at third, Schweitzer at second, Lucas over at first. First pitch misses up and away for a ball. So both teams with plenty of base runners in the first frame. Raceland had 2. Lewis County loads them up. Noble chases this one and comes up empty as the count evens at 1-1. Cold night here in Vanceburg. 1-1, fouled away. 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Squirted foul down into the bullpen. Count stays at 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kaya Noble. Egbert in the on-deck circle will go next. Bases covered in Lions. Can they find a way to push one across? Grub back inside the circle. Noble ready to go. Another 1-2. Bounces that one in there as Noble lays off. The count evens at 2-2. Tries to poke that one to the right side and sends that one over top of our camera operator's head. She had to bend out of the way on that one. Count hangs at 2-2. A good at-bat here for Kaya Noble. Grubb back to work. Gets her to go after one and floats this one out into shallow center field. One run's going to score. And it's going to be an RBI single for Kaya Noble. And Lewis County grabs a 1-0 lead. Just past Shelby Gauls' area that she could range to. So the Lions find the scoreboard first. Bases still loaded. And now Sophia Egbert steps in. Screwball up and away for a ball 1-0. Egbert, an 8th grader, batting .486, 17 hits, 12 runs driven in on the season, 6 doubles, a triple. All covered up here with only 1 out. Fans at that one, it comes up empty. The 1-1. Slapped foul on the third base side. Count moves to 1-2. Got around in front of that pitch big time. That's usually where you come back with a rise ball and change the eye level, see if you can get her to offer it something out of the zone. 4 hits in the inning, all singles. And it's plated the first run of the ball game off an RBI single from Kaya Noble. Egbert awaits, another 1-2. She goes upstairs but misses well out of the zone. The count moves to 2-2. The right-hander back on the rubber, the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 down in the inning. Big out there by Grubb. So the first baseman of Kason Crawford steps in. Crawford, a .367 hitter, 11 hits, 6 driven in with 2 doubles. Bases full of Lions here. Already 1 across. Looking for more here in this home first inning. And first pitch misses wide for a ball 1-0. That's in there at the knees for a called strike as it evens at 1-1. Kamer would go next if the inning continues. The 1-1. Got her to fan at that one and come up empty. 1-2. This would be huge if the Rams could get out of this jam with only giving up 1. Grubb back to work, a 1-2. Comes inside, called strike 3, and that'll end the inning. The Lions push across 1. They leave them jammed. 1-0 after 1. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
Here at Kentucky Christian University, we believe that nursing saves lives. Nursing is more than a career, it's a calling. KCU has a reputation for producing exemplary graduates who excel both clinically and professionally. With options for both in-person and online studies, KCU is ready to help you begin the career of your dreams today. Find out more at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Top of the second inning, 1-0. Lewis County leads it as do up this inning for the Rams. 6, 7, and 8, Galls, Bernie, and Fannin. So good inning for the Lewis County Lions. They get a run across. They left the bases loaded, but Raceland had the opportunity to push across a run in the first, could not do it. So Shelby Galls will lead things off. 6'18" hitter, 21 hits, 11 driven in. That one misses low for a ball, 1-0. Galls has been tearing the cover off the ball as of late. Had a slow start to the season, but really caught fire down at the beach. 2 triples on the season for the freshman. That one's in there for a called strike. Two balls and a strike. Kaya Noble surprised by that call. You can see the smile on her face. They're like, where did that miss? Here's the 2-1. Smacks that one right back to Noble. She fields and throws it away. Fielded it too quickly and slung it over toward Crawford. She had all kinds of time. So an error on the pitcher. And the Rams with the leadoff runner aboard. So the center fielder, Bailey Burney, steps in, one of 3 seniors this year for the Rams. Burney batting .456 on the .457, 16 hits, 14 driven in. Pitch in there for a called strike. Burney 2 triples, a home run on the season. Great speed on the base paths when she gets there. 10 out of 10 on stolen base attempts. Gall's a threat to run as well. She's 7 of 8. Raceland 61 of 62 on the base paths this season. A 1 pitch, chopped over to the third base side. That's a fair ball. Nope, they said it meant foul just at the end. Just missing it by an inch of being extra base hits from Burney. So count moves to no balls and 2 strikes to the senior center fielder. Burney up in that front half of the box as Noble goes back to work. She laces this one out into center field, and that one drops in for a single. So 2 on and nobody out for the Rams. And to the plate comes in the right fielder of Carly Fannin. Fannin batting an even .500 on the season. 18 hits, 21 driven in with 3 doubles. She's walked 6 times. Fannin owns 2 home runs on the season as well. This one's in the dirt, smothered there by Kamer behind the plate. 1-0. Fannin, a sophomore, filling in the hole vacated by one of 3 seniors that departed the team from last year, McKenna Lax. Raceland lost the corners as well, the first and third. Fannin bunts this one out in front of the plate, and this was a dandy. Lucas fields and throws. The sacrifice is complete, and there's 1 down in the inning. Nice play there by Noble on a ball that just died in that dirt. But a sacrifice bunt moves both runners across, and there's 1 down, and Allison McMacken to the plate. Allison batting .472 on the year, 17 hits, 10 driven in. She sends this one back through the middle and into center field, a base hit. Burney's coming from second. She's coming in. She's going to run past the ball and score. It's going to be an RBI single, or excuse me, a 2 RBI single, I should say, as both runners will come in to score, and the Rams take a 2-1 lead. McMacken moves up on the throw. So we'll go back to the top of the order, and Brenna Wellman. Elman grabs the top half of the zone for a called strike. Well, I'm going to ground out Victon on my sharply hit ball over to Lucas at third. This one's down and in. Count evens at 1-1. Two balls and a strike to the Rams shortstop. Fans behind home plate waving. Maybe they're watching as well. Wellman gives this one a ride, dropping back in center field, making a Willie Mays catch was Egbert. And they're going to tag. They sure did. McMacken left early. She left about 2 steps early, and it's going to turn into a double play. And in the inning, the Rams push across 2, though. It's 2-1 as we head to the bottom of inning number 2 after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
We go to the bottom of inning number 2. Rams play 2 in the inning, but a nice catch and throw out in center field by Mila Clark that doubled off Allison McMacken, who left way too early out at second base and gets out of the inning with only giving up 2 runs. So both teams have had runners abroad. Raceland had 2 in scoring position. They left in the first inning. They managed to get a couple across in the second. Now, can Lewis County find any more after loading the bases but only plating 1 in the home first? 8-9 in the top due up this inning for the Lions. The catcher, Lisa Kamer, will lead things off. Kamer, a sophomore, batting .344 on the year. 11 hits, 10 driven in. First pitch misses up and away for a ball. 1-0. Lots of layers and blankets tonight on a cold night here in Vanceburg. 1-0 hit right back into the circle. Grubb smothers it. Wellman fires it across. Not your prototypical out, but 1-6-3 for the putout for the first out of the inning. So the right fielder, Peyton Riggs, steps in. Riggs batting .286 on the season, 8 hits, 5 driven in with a double and 2 walks. Lifts this one out of play straight behind us. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Grubb picking up a pair of strikeouts there when she needed them the most back in the first inning to get out of the jam. Like a clean inning here in the second inning. She expands that one and gets her to chase. Her third strikeout of the ball game. There's 2 down in the second. So back to the top of the order we go, and Mila Clark. Clark 1 for 1. She's hit a frozen rope back into center field. Came around to score the first run of the ball game. Tries to poke this one down the line and lifts it foul. Clark only a 7th grader, youngest player on the team. 6 8th graders in the roster this season. Only 1 senior, Kaylin Case. Count evens at 1-1. Slaps this one out toward third. Fielding and throwing in time is McMacken to beat her at the bag. Had a 1-2-3 inning for the Rams. We've played 2. 2-1 Rams. Back after this on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Osman Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmanpharmacy.com. Osman Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osman Pharmacy and Grill today. Osman Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
We go to the top of inning number 3. 2-1 Rams. Due up this inning, Peyton Mackey, Callie Vance, and Davana Grubb. Mackey singled through the hole in the 6 hole her first time up. She sends this one on a one-hopper out to Case, who fields and throws with a stretch at first base by Crawford. One away in the 3rd. So now Callie Vance doubled her first time through this evening. Lifts this one skyward. Crawford coming on. She's going to run out of real estate. It gets up onto the fencing for a foul ball. Vance can go yard from any point of the park. She gets extension on the ball. It can go and go a long ways. Come down and in on her, and it stays inside for a ball 1-1. At the top of the zone, a called strike 1 and 2. Fans at that one and fouls it away. The 1-2. Down and in, just misses. Good spot, though. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 from Noble. Lifted skyward, weakly over to right. Riggs coming on. She's not going to get there, and that was going to tumble in for a one-out single. So Vance with her second hit of the ball game. Devanna Grubb will come in. We'll get our courtesy runner for the catcher as Jill Reif will take over at first base. Grubb 0 for 1, struck out swinging her first time through. Lewis County got a run in the first inning. Raceland countered with 2 in the second. Lions went easy in the home half of the second inning as they went in order 1, 2, and 3. Now they're trying to do a kind of the same of keeping Raceland's bats quiet here in the third and keep this at a 1-run deficit. So Grubb will step in as the wind picks up once again, howling out of that left field corner toward that right field foul pole. And now she's going to have to take off the hand warmer. It's the second player for Raceland that's had to ditch the hand warmer coming to the batter's box. Grubb shows bunt as Reif will move out to second base. If it was wiffle ball, she was out. I believe the pitch was a ball. He bounced in. So 1-0 to Grubb. Lifts this one skyward. Riggs coming on quickly. Makes the catch. 2 down. A big out there by Noble's defense. And you get any ball up in the air tonight, it's going to be tough because especially that right side, a ball coming from a right-handed batter to that side of the field is going to be a difficult one to take care of, and she did a good job on that one. So 2 down in the inning, and Lily Poplin climbs in. Poplin grounded out to third. Pitch just misses for a ball. Reif running for Vance out at second. 1-0. Out to short. Case fields a low throw. Crawford digs it out of the sandbox and hauls it in for the third out of the inning. A nice play there by Crawford at first. The Rams lead 1. We're through 2.5. Rams in front 2-1. Back after this on Kool TV.
JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. is owned and managed by Shane Wallingford to be a solutions provider for manufacturers tailoring to their specialized needs. It was created with a vision that good communication among all parties will provide the best answer to the problem. From ball mills used in pulverization to custom design of equipment or components, JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. will gladly work with clients to resolve the issues that are prevalent. Their vision is to make your project their successful business. JSB Industrial Solutions, Tollsboro, Kentucky.
Since 1932, we've been a proud part of Kentucky, dedicated to serving our members with integrity, respect, and a commitment to excellence. We believe that by working together, we can create a brighter future for everyone. Whether you're saving for a new home, planning for retirement, or starting your own business, we're here to help you every step of the way. So stop wishing and start doing. And let's build a financially successful future together. Thank you for being a part of our journey.
Bottom of the third inning, 2-1 Raceland. 2, 3, and 4 do up this inning for the Lions. Case Schweitzer and Lucas. Heck of a defensive inning there for the Lions as they wiggled out of the jam there with a couple of nice defensive plays. Kayla Case will lead things off. She popped out to Vance behind the plate her first time through. Lewis County last night in that loss to Greenup was held to only 2 hits. Schweitzer and Clark had those. Both of those were singles. The first pitch starts in there for a called strike. 0-1. Slaps this one foul, and she's quickly in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes. Our hopes about coming to Vanceburg on Friday night is that Artie stays open until 9 tonight. There is still hope. The 0-2. This is up and away for a ball, 1-2. It just wouldn't be the same coming to Vanceburg and not going to Artie's. Grubb back to work. 1-2 pitch goes to the outside corner and just misses, and Grubb has to kind of blow in the hand a little bit. Thought that she had strike 3. Senior right-hander back on the rubber inside the circle as Case awaits a 2-2. She fouls this one away. She gets over behind the third base dugout and out of play. Another 2-2. Misses wide, 3-2. Three seniors for the Rams right up the center of the field. Vance, Grubb, and Bernie. Here's the payoff pitch to Case. She lifts this one skyward, deep left center field. Mackey drifting into the gap. She'll reach up, make the catch. One away in the inning. Any other night than the way tonight's set up, that ball's probably out of here. But a stiff wind blowing in from that corner really settled that ball down. And plus, with it being a cold night, the ball will not get much carry on it whatsoever. So Grace Schweitzer steps in. Single her first time through. Here's the 1-0. Comes in at the belt for a called strike 1-1. You look at Mother Nature, and it has just been a bipolar hormonal rage over the last 2 weeks. You cannot figure out what the weather is going to be from one day to the next. 65 yesterday, 44 today. There's a 1-1 lifted skyward, but right at Carly fanning out and right. She'll make the catch, 2 down. So the third baseman now, Jared Lucas, climbs in. Lucas 1 for 1, singled through left side her first time through. Base is empty. Grubb looking for a second clean inning. She dots the corner on the outside for a called strike 0-1. The right-hander back to work. Check swing. Did she offer? Say she did not. Count evens at 1-1. Never seen an umpire come out and pull his mask to ask for help. Usually it's just a point. He wanted to get a point across. The 1-1. Off the end of the bat, drifting back, Gauls. This one's going to be a tough one to make, and it's off the tip of her glove. That was wind aided, too, a ball that she could not come up with. We'll put it in as a hit. That was going to be a tough play either way because she was dropping back and Fannin trying to get there. So we'll drop it in for a 2-out single. And it brings in Kaya Noble. Noble gives this one a ride down the left side and bends it foul. Noble drove in the run back in the first inning. One on, 2 down. She ropes this one out into right. Fannin overruns it, and it's up against the fence. Lucas is on her horse. She's coming around third. She'll come in standing up, and we're even at 2. So Nova picks up the double. So her second RBI of the afternoon, evening. And she's brought in both runs tonight. So Sophia Egbert, a strikeout victim her first time through. So some two-out magic for the Lions here, has it even at 2. A 1 slap toward the hole at shortstop. Wellman, a nice pick and a throw to end the inning. But the Lions played 1 on the RBI double from Kaya Noble. We're even at 2 through 3. Back after this on Kool TV.
Baseball and softball seasons are here, and Grayson Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop for everything from bats and gloves to helmets and accessories. No matter the age, Grayson Sporting Goods has the size to get your favorite star ready to hit the field. Grayson Sporting Goods also offers a full selection of East and West Carter team gear with custom printing and embroidery available on many items. Stop by Grayson Sporting Goods, located on Main Street in downtown Grayson, proudly serving Carter County and surrounding counties since 1975.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
That's why we hand stuff every Epic Stuffed Crust with a whole lot of flavor.
And we always start with our fresh, never frozen dough.
We never stop exploring new flavors of stuff in our crust.
And just wait until you see what we're cooking up next. The new cheesy calzone Epic Stuffed Crust, hand stuffed with a blend of garlic herb ricotta and mozzarella. Because no one stuffs a crust like Papa John's.
We head to the top of the 4th inning. All tied at 2. Kaya Noble's done the yard work for both of her team's runs. Had an RBI single back in the first, an RBI double in the third. And now the Rams come back to the plate. 6, 7, and 8. Shelby Galls will lead things off 0 for 1. Reached on an error on a hard hit ball back to Noble. Noble fielded it quickly and turned and flipped it to Crawford before she even had a chance to really set her feet. The 0-1. Noble back to work to Gauls. That one stays up out of the zone. Yeah, it's 2 balls and a strike. The first pitch was a called strike. That's what I thought. Gauls swings at this one out in front of the plate. Noble fields and throws. 1 down. So Bailey Burney steps in. Burney 1 for 1, single to center her first time through. One out here on a cold and chilly night in Vanceburg. The 1-0. Slaps this one toward the first base side. Crawford with a backhand pick and the out. 2 down. Nice play there by Kason Crawford over at first base. So base is empty, and Carly Fannin to the plate. Fannin had a sacrifice bunt in her first AB. Slaps this one back into the circle. Noble this time settles her feet. Underhand flip, and the Rams go in order here in the fourth. We head to the bottom of inning number 4. All tied at 2. Back after this on Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella.
Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Off to the bottom of the 4th inning we go. Kason Crawford will lead things off. 7, 8, and 9 to up this inning for the Lions, all tied at 2. She lifts this one skyward, deep left center field. Mackey drops back, now coming in. And that's the effects of that wind I was talking about. She took 3 steps back and then had to go on a sprint on a ball that Wellman probably could have gotten easier to than she did. That's a heck of a play there by the junior for the first out here in the 4th. So Lisa Kamer, the catcher, steps in. Grounded out her first time through, and this one's fouled away. And they're going to say no pitch because the music was playing. You know, I think as a team, though, you should have the opportunity to say, hey, we want to take the effects of the pitch. Now Scott Atkins is going to come out and have a word with the home plate umpire. Scott's a pretty even-keeled guy. He doesn't get very animated over a lot. And he said his piece and moseys back to the dugout. So no count at the plate. As Kamer digs in, looks at a pitch upstairs for a ball, 1-0. Down and in. Count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Lewis County with runs in the first and the third. Raceland with 2 in the second. And that's been all we've had so far. Kaya Noble's been responsible for both runs driven in. Slapped on the first base side, but a foul ball. Allison McMacken, a 2 RBI single to bring home the 2 Rams runs in the second. Called strike, 2-2. Kamer awaits as Grubb comes plateward. Hits this one off the end of the bat, and it's going to kick off the glove of the attempt by Lily Poplin, and we'll head into shallow right field. So Poplin tried to go backhand on it and kicks off of her glove. So the hit will fall in to give her first hit of the evening. Who was the courtesy runner? Thank you. So Wilburn comes on to run for Kamer, the catcher. And Peyton Riggs steps in. First pitch misses up and away for a ball, 1-0. In there for a called strike. 2-2 here in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1 on, 1 out. Smacks this one hard toward Galls. That one gets under a glove and into center field. That's an error. I'm sorry, that's a ball that's got to be picked. So 2 on, 1 out. And we're going to get a visit to the circle from the Rams skipper of Scott Atkins. So it takes us back to the top of the order in Mila Clark. Again, looking at the upcoming schedule for Lewis County. On the road tomorrow, this Lewis County on the road tomorrow at Mason County. Then they go to East Carter on Monday. Home games Tuesday and Thursday with Fleming and Bracken County. And on the road next Saturday at West Carter. So Mila Clark steps in, 1 for 2. Pokes this one foul. Single to center and grounded out to third. The 0-1. Called strike. 0-2. Pokes this one back inside the circle. Grubb will take the flip to McMacken at third to get the force out. 2 down in the inning. Nice job there by Devanna Grubb to gather herself before making that flip that allowed McMacken to get to the bag. Now the umpires are getting together with a conversation. So they're calling the batter out. They're going to replace both runners back on base. I would love to be able to hear what is being said down on the field level. So interesting that Scott Atkins is the one that's coming out for the discussion. All right, so the batter's out. There's 2 down in the inning. So both runners return to their original spots. Wilburn out at second, Riggs over at first, and Kaylin Case comes in. Case 0 for 2. Popped out in foul territory and lined out the left. She's ahead 2-0. Schweitzer would go next if the inning continues. Here's a rocket out into the gap. Mackey drifts into the gap and makes it look easy. So the Rams get out of the jam. We've played 4, even at 2, here in Vanceburg. We're back for more after this on Kool TV.
Here at Kentucky Christian University, we believe that nursing saves lives. Nursing is more than a career, it's a calling. KCU has a reputation for producing exemplary graduates who excel both clinically and professionally. With options for both in-person and online studies, KCU is ready to help you begin the career of your dreams today. Find out more at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Head to the top of the 5th, tied at 2. It has been some weird things that have happened here this evening. So 2 up this inning for the Rams. It's 9 in the top, McMacken, Wellman, and Mackey. Kaya Noble trying to pick up a victory on what was her former school for about 3.5 months. She's transferred over to Raceland. Started the year there, played in the last 8 volleyball games, and then after Christmas decided that she wanted to move back into Lewis County and came back to her home roots of the Vanceburg area and works inside the circle here tonight. McMacken 1 for 1, a 2 RBI single her first time through. 1-0. Here's a rope out into center field, and McMacken picks up her second hit of the ball game. So that'll roll us back to the top of the order. And Brenna Wellman, who's 0 for 2. That one stays upstairs for a ball, 1-1. Or 1-0, excuse me. Wellman last night, 1 for 4 with 2 driven in with a double. And that 5-4 loss to Portsmouth Notre Dame. Two 2-0 to Wellman. Here's the 2-0. Down and in, 3-0. That one misses low, ball 4. And now we'll get a visit inside the circle from Lewis County. So Peyton Mackey due up 1 for 2. Single to left her first time and then grounded out to short. Mackey last night 0 for 3. Had a walk. So Mackey tries to settle herself in. She almost fell down in the batter's box to try to rake the dirt around. Her cleat got cut and she's stuck. God love her. Noble pipes one in there for a called strike 0-1. Shows bunt and gets a good one down out in front of the plate. Lucas with a strong throw over to first base, but the sacrifice complete, and both runners advance. And there's runners in scoring position at second and third, and one down for Callie Vance. I would not be surprised if they don't put 4 down and put her at first base. They're going to let her swing. That one misses wide for a ball. Savannah Grubb awaits next. Grubb 2 for 2 this evening. Sends this one out of play on the first base side as the count evens at 1-1. He called the first pitch a strike. I did not see him signal it. Okay. 1-2. Usually with softball umpires, you watch them when they make that call and then they do it. It's not like a baseball umpire. This one's fisted over toward the third base side and just falls inside the line for a fair ball. A seeing eye single for an RBI as the Rams regain the lead here in the fifth. It's 3-2. You couldn't have walked that ball over there and placed it any better on that line, just past the collar of the grass. So they're at the corners and one down. And Jill Rife comes to the plate. So Savannah Grubb 0 for 2, a strikeout and a pop out to right. Both teams with 7 hits in the contest. But the Rams leading with the most important spot, the run column. So first pitch is a called strike. Rife will move up to second base without a throw. So now a big opportunity here for Savannah Grubb with 2 runners in scoring position. And that pitch misses wide for a ball 1-1. In the dirt. Nice job there by Kamer to keep it in front of her. Count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. The 2-1. Fouled away. Reds lead the Pirates 3-0 right now in the top of the second inning up in Cincinnati. 2-2 offering. Grubb sends this one in the air out to right. Riggs dropping back toward the line. Makes a running catch. Wellman's going to tag and score. And the sacrifice fly brings home another run and makes it 4-2. Rife also tags up and moves up on the play. So now Lily Poplin steps in, 0 for 2. 2 groundouts for the 8th grader this evening. Noble back to work, the 1-0. Chopped on the third base side, but bends it foul. Poplar back in that front half of the box with the wind howling here at the ballpark. Noble back on the rubber, ready to go with the 1-1. That one's fouled away at the plate. Poplin last night, 1 for 3. Had a solo home run in that ball game. Her 7th of the season. The 1-2. That one gets away from her and kicks right back to Kamer. She'll flip to the plate. It's not in time, as the wild pitch will bring Reif to the plate and make it 5-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. I have no idea what's going on with this umpire. Two and a rope out into the gap in right center field, and that's extra bases for Poplin. She'll make the turn, hustling out towards second base, and she'll go in with a stand-up double. Poplin's first hit of the evening. So the inning will continue for Shelby Gauls, who looks for her first hit tonight. And we may get a pinch runner for Poplin out at second base, and that's what we're going to do. As they're going to bring Willow Reed in as the pinch runner. So Poplin will re-enter. There's the flag. You can see it howling out there. It has been like that all evening long. First pitch in there for a called strike. Gauls awaits the front half of the box. 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1. Two balls and a strike. That one in there for a called strike. Should be. No. 3-1. Looked good. A rocket out towards center field, but right at Egbert, who reaches up, makes the catch, and that'll end the inning. The Rams plate 3. Time to stretch here at the ballpark. 5-2, they lead it. Back for more after this on Kool TV.
If you can picture yourself in a better job and a better life, there are thousands of openings in Kentucky right now. And with the Work Ready Kentucky Scholarship, you can prepare for many of them tuition-free. Good at Ashland Community and Technical College. This scholarship offers 100% free tuition for classes that can prepare you for a great job in healthcare, advanced manufacturing, and more in as little as 13 weeks. Get started today at workreadykentucky.com.
The Greenup County Public Library System is the best. Read the latest bestsellers in large print, regular print, or audio CDs. You can also check out movies or place a hold on a book on our website or call one of the library locations to place a hold. There are community meeting rooms available by reservation at all locations for clubs and organizations. And be sure to check out the Jesse Stewart collection at the Greenup County branch. Check them out on Facebook and Twitter.
Bottom of the fifth inning, Raceland in front 5-2 after a 3-run inning. It's given the Rams a little bit of breathing room as we get in the latter part of the contest. 3, 4, and 5 due up this inning. Grace Schweitzer will start things off. And she looks at the first pitch in there for a called strike. Oh, 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Fisted back behind the plate, and that bends out of play. This one's fouled away. In the midst of red bud winter is what this is called. That's what's making all the trees out there bloom. And, of course, you know, we dig through all the wintertime we get. You think that would be enough. And then what do we have? We get back into more winter as we start into spring. The good thing is the weather's supposed to increase next week and start getting us into some better temperatures mid part of the week. The 2-2. Count moves full. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside corner, called strike 3. Grubb picks up her 4th strikeout of the ball game. There's one away here in the 5th. So Jaron Lucas, 2 for 2, climbs in. Single to left, single to right. Great place in the order for the Lions to try to claw back into this one. Down 3 here in the 5th. First pitch breaking ball misses wide for a ball, 1-0. One and 1. Just misses at the top of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Baseball over in Grayson tonight. Lawrence County leading East Carter 7-0. That game in the 6th inning. This one's lifted to the moon, and that one's going to get on top of the press box for a foul ball, 2-2. Tries to spot to the outside corner but misses. Count runs full. Raceland with 5 runs on 8 hits, 1 error. Lewis County 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error. Grubb's gone full again. Lucas looking for her 3rd hit of the ball game, and she rackets this one foul though. Had it on the inside corner and just pulled the hands in but couldn't keep it fair. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the 5th. Bases empty in a 5-2 ball game. Another payoff pitch from Grubb. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Her 5th strikeout of the ball game. 2 down in the inning. So Kaya Noble steps in. Noble's 2 for 2 with a double and 2 driven in. Tries to go with a changeup and pulls a string on the old Ephus pitch and just misses. 1-0. Callie Vance having a laugh with the umpire behind the plate there. Noble settles back in, and that one hits her. So Noble hit by a pitch up on the arm. So she's on base for the 3rd time today. And now Sophia Egbert comes in, 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out. She rockets this one out to Wellman, and that one's going to be out off of her glove and into left center field, and they're going to have 2 errors on the same play. And the Lions will have runners at the corners. So the first error goes against the shortstop. And then Noble's going to take third on the error by Mackey out in left center. So now Kason Crawford gets in. Egbert will take second base without a throw. So now 2 runners in scoring position for the Lions with 2 down here in the inning. Oh, 1 off the end of the bat out to Wellman. Flips and throws and ends the inning. Lewis County leaves a pair. 5-2 after 5 complete. Back after this on Kool TV.
Primary Plus is celebrating 40 years of its mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care. With over 11 primary care locations throughout the region, Primary Plus believes in our communities and our patients. The Primary Plus name means primary care plus so much more. Offering extended services such as women's health, pediatrics, dental, counseling, diabetes management, infusion services, and on-site pharmacy that offers free delivery. Primary Plus believes in connecting health care for you and your family and is always welcoming new patients. Learn more at primaryplus.net.
Osmond Pharmacy and Grill, located at 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg, Kentucky, offers fast and friendly service with a hometown feel. Check out their specialty items in person or order them online at osmondpharmacy.com. Osmond Pharmacy and Grill also has daily dinner specials where you can dine in or get your order to go. Stop by or call Osmond Pharmacy and Grill today. Osmond Pharmacy and Grill, 89 2nd Street in downtown Vanceburg.
New pitcher inside the circle for Lewis County as the third baseman, Jaron Lucas, will settle inside and take over for Noble. Noble will move over to play third. Lucas, her 6th appearance on the season with a 1-4 record, a 9.03 ERA, 31 innings of work, 55 hits, 16 walks to 12 strikeouts, 49 runs given up, 40 of those have been earned. So the final line on Kaya Noble: 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. Struck out 1 batter, walked a batter. 5-2 as we go to the 6th. Rams will have the bottom 3 of the order of Bernie, Fannin, and McMacken. Bailey Bernie, 1 for 2, climbs in. A single and a ground out. Bernie went 0 for 3 last night in the loss to Portsmouth Notre Dame. That was in there for a called strike. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Lucas. That just disappeared as Bernie went after it. Lewis County had opportunities in the 5th, but left both runners out in scoring position. As Raceland was able to wiggle out of the jam again. Both teams have stranded a small army on bases this evening. Lewis County's left 9 base runners on. Raceland stranded 4. 1-2 pitch off the end of the bat and a foul ball. Bernie, Fannin, and McMacken, and then back to the top of the order for the Rams. So either way, even if Lucas can put the Rams down in order in this inning, he's going to have to face the top of the order for the Rams in the visiting 7th. Rams looking for the 11th win on the season. 1-2 pitch in the dirt, 2-2 on the drop ball. Rams back in action at home on Tuesday night against Russell. They'll have Greenup County on Thursday night. We'll have both of those games on Kool TV. 2-2 breaking ball well outside, 3-2. Cleveland leads the Royals 3-0, top of the 5th up in Cleveland. Reds in front of the Pirates 3-0, bottom of 3 up at Great American. 3-2 pitch, fouled away. Atlanta fresh off that win last night over Philadelphia after they went into about a 3-hour thunderstorm delay down at SunTrust Park in Atlanta. They came back and won in the 11th on a Marco Ozuna 2-run shot to defeat the Phillies. Now they're down in Florida playing the Tampa Bay Rays, which are playing their games at the Yankees spring training facility due to the fact that the Trop is not usable. Atlanta leads that game 1-0. 3-2 to Bernie. Another foul ball. One other game underway currently. Washington-Miami scoreless down in Miami. That game in the top of the 2nd inning. Other games to go tonight. Boston is in Chicago with the White Sox. San Francisco's in New York with the Yankees. Angels at Houston. Tigers are at the Twins. And the payoff pitch misses up and away. Ball 4 and Bernie's on board. Philadelphia's in St. Louis. Colorado at San Diego. Texas is at Seattle. Milwaukee's in Arizona. The Mets are at the Athletics out in Sacramento. The Cubbies at the Dodgers. And then Toronto and Baltimore was postponed today. So Carly Fannin steps in 0 for 1. A sacrifice and a ground out. First pitch is called a strike. Bernie takes second base on the stolen base. So a big run for the Rams out there at second base with nobody out. Let's see if they go to Fannin with a bunt attempt again and try to move the runner over to third. I believe we get the point. It's 0-1. Here's a bunt out in front of the plate. Noble fields and throws, but the sacrifice is complete. So move Bernie to third base as Fannin gets her second sacrifice of the afternoon. And now Allison McMacken in. She's been huge from the bottom of the order, 2 for 2 with 2 runs driven in. She gets a cue ball back off the glove of Lucas. Case fields and throws, 2 down. A little squibbler back into the circle. Lucas couldn't get it cleanly, but Case fields it. And Bernie had to stay at third base due to the uncertainty and thought the ball was back to the pitcher. So now back to the top of the order, Brenna Wellman. Wellman 0 for 2. She looks that one in for a called strike. Ground out, get into an inning double play on a fly ball to center. That was then a force out at second base after the runner took off too early and then walked her last time. She smacks this one through the left side and into left field for an RBI single. And the Rams will extend their lead, making it 6-2. So Wellman picks up her first hit of the evening. And now Peyton Mackey climbs in. Junior 1 for 2. Single her first time through, had a ground out and then a sacrifice. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Throw down to second base is not in time as the ball kicks away from the second baseman into shallow center field. So the count moves to 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. This one's off the end of the bat, gets past the reach of Case and into left field. That's going to bring home Wellman and make it 7-2. A hard hit ball that just kicks past the glove of Case. And Mackey picks up an RBI single as the Rams play 2 more here in the second, doing them both with 2 outs. So the Rams running at will here this evening as Callie Vance climbs in 3 for 3. There is no way I would pitch to her here. Now with first base unoccupied. I would put 4 fingers down and put her behind over at first base. She has that much power in her bat that she can still pierce one through the wind that's blowing in this evening. A double and 2 singles in the contest for the Rams catcher. Here's the 2-1. Lifts this one skyward, deep center field, or shallow center field, Coming on and making the catch is Egbert, and that'll end the inning. But the Rams play 2 more. They push the lead to 7-2 as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning after this on Kool TV.
JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. is owned and managed by Shane Wallingford to be a solutions provider for manufacturers tailoring to their specialized needs. It was created with the vision that good communication among all parties will provide the best answer to the problem. From ball mills used in pulverization to custom design of equipment or components, JSB Industrial Solutions, Inc. will gladly work with clients to resolve the issues that are prevalent. Their vision is to make your project their successful business. JSB Industrial Solutions, Tollsboro, Kentucky.
Since 1932, we've been a proud part of Kentucky, dedicated to serving our members with integrity, respect, and a commitment to excellence. We believe that by working together, we can create a brighter future for everyone. Whether you're saving for a new home, planning for retirement, or starting your own business, we're here to help you every step of the way. So stop wishing and start doing. And let's build a financially successful future together. Thank you for being a part of our journey.
Bottom of the 6th inning, 7-2 Raceland. Rams have combined for 5 runs over the last 2 frames. 7 runs on 10 hits, 3 Raceland errors, 2 runs on 7 hit, 1 Lewis County error. 8-9 at the top due up this inning for the Lions. Kamer, Riggs, and Clark. Waiting for Vance to don her gear after recording the final out of the inning. Hat tip to my crew tonight. My camera operator, Felicia Collier, frozen like an Eskimo. I bought her a jacket. It was a vest, one of those heated vests for Christmas. And we'd already put it away for the year, so it was hanging in the closet. So we dug it out this evening, and I guess that the battery in it was not fully charged because it died about the 4th inning, and she is frozen. My producer tonight, my son Trey Collier, we're up here in the limousine of press boxes of the 16th region. There is no place better. I would rather do a ball game than Lewis County. Great facilities, great people. Really enjoy coming up here. Every time you walk in, they're always welcoming you to them. And I met with Josh Hughes out in the parking lot as soon as I pulled in, asked me how I was doing. Saw Mr. Case, the former head coach, and we talked. Had first time I'd seen him since last year. So 1-1. This was fouled away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. I'll be back up here Monday night for baseball, hopefully. It looked like the water has receded, and they're back on the ball field today. Sammy Holder sent me some video a couple of days ago of what the ball field looked like after all the floods. And I was like, wow. We had some record floods for sure around the area. I went up to Grayson Lake on Tuesday and flew my drone as the lake was 7.4 feet away from being to the record high that happened back in 1997, but it was well over summer pool stage. Fannin on the line makes the catch for the first out here in the inning. From the time that the flood started, from where the lake was at Winter Pool to where it ended up, it came up a total of 27 feet. It was 19 feet when it crested out on Tuesday over Summer Pool. But some of the lakes have started to recede thanks to the rivers being able to take some weather now, as Callie Vance wears that one off the inside of the shin guard on a foul ball. I talked about this last night on the broadcast with baseball, and I spent my entire life catching. After I caught and went through my playing days, went back behind the plate as an umpire, and it was one of those deals. It didn't matter how much gear that you had on, where you had it, there was always some place that it would find bare skin, and it would get you. And Vance took that one, looked like off the inner thigh right above the shin guard. Looking at some of the shin guards Major League Baseball guys are wearing now, they turn into where they look like a transformer all the way up the thigh, and a lot of that's because of the pitch comp system. They've put them down on the thigh to get it away from the knee now. Riggs fouls this one away. 0-2. Mila Clark stands in the on-deck circle. Will go next. Cold night here in Vanceburg. We started at 44 on first pitch. We've drifted down to 42. The real feel says it's 41. Real feel's lying, I'm telling you. That wind is brutal out there. There's a ball off the end of the bat right at Poplin over at first. 2 down in the inning. You got 3 cameras and you picked the wrong one. So back to the top of the order. Mila Clark is 1 for 3. Pokes this one down to the third base side. McMacken fields a strong throw across. And the Lions go in order here in the 6th. We're through 6 complete. 7-2 Rams. Back after this on Kool TV.
Baseball and softball seasons are here, and Grayson Sporting Goods is your one-stop shop for everything from bats and gloves to helmets and accessories. No matter the age, Grayson Sporting Goods has the size to get your favorite star ready to hit the field. Grayson Sporting Goods also offers a full selection of East and West Carter team gear with custom printing and embroidery available on many items. Stop by Grayson Sporting Goods, located on Main Street in downtown Grayson, proudly serving Carter County and surrounding counties since 1975.
Here at Papa John's, we know our stuff.
That's why we hand stuff every Epic Stuffed Crust with a whole lot of flavor.
And we always start with our fresh, never frozen dough.
We never stop exploring new flavors of stuff into our crust.
And just wait until you see what we're cooking up next. The new cheesy calzone epic stuffed crust, hand stuffed with a blend of garlic herb, ricotta, and mozzarella. Because no one stuffs a crust like Papa John's.
We go to the top of the 7th inning. Raceland in front 7-2. 4, 5, and 6 due up this inning for the Rams. Grubb, Poplin, and Gauls. Lewis County will come to the plate in the home 7th. 2, 3, and 4 with Case Schweitzer and Lucas, hoping they're only down 5-5. So Devanna Grubb 0 for 2 steps in. A strikeout, a pop out, and a sacrifice her last time through. Breaking ball runs down and away for a ball, 1-0. Junior to the plate. This one's lifted skyward. Clark turns around at the fence. Will make the catch. The wind helps keep that one in the ballpark for the first out of the 7th. And now Lily Poplin steps in. Poplin 1 for 3. Pair of ground outs. Doubled her last time through. We're going to check her down at first base. They'll say she did not offer, so the first pitch a ball, 1-0. Two and 0. Three balls and no strikes to the Rams' first baseman. Shelby Gauls, the second baseman, stands in the on-deck circle to go next. One down here in the 7th in a 7-2 ball game, favoring the Rams. 3-0 pitch. Gets in there for a called strike, 3-1. Sends this one to right. Riggs dropping back, opens up, gets up against the fence, and can't pull it in. She got twisted up out there in right field. Could not haul it in, and it's going to be a two-base error. That's going to put Poplin out at second base. So Shelby Gauls comes in. Gauls 0 for 3 tonight. 2 ground outs and a line out. She floats this one right back into the pitcher's circle just in front of it as Lucas will haul it in. There's 2 down in the inning. So Bailey Burney to the plate, 1 for 2. Single, a ground out, and a walk. 7-2 with 2 down here in the 7th. That pitch misses down and in for a ball. Poplin out at second base. The 1-0. 2 balls and no strikes. Carly Fannin would go next if Burney reaches. The 2-0 pitch. Low ball 3. That one's in there, a called strike, 3-1. Bernie settles back in. Lucas back to the plate. 3-1 pitch. Right back to Lucas in the circle. She'll pitch across to Crawford. And in the inning. Rams get a base runner aboard, but they leave them there. Bottom of the seventh we go. 7-2 Rams. Back after this on Kool TV.
Good morning, Isabella.
Hi, David.
Back for your morning routine?
Clark's Refresh Rewards program is something you'll flip for.
Hey, Isabella.
Hi, Annabelle.
Donut?
Don't forget the sprinkles. Cream and sugar.
Download our app today and enjoy all of the rewards. No flipping required.
Clark's Pump and Shop. Return, refresh, refuel.
If you're looking for a complete discount pharmacy with old-fashioned service and excellent prices, look no more. Since 1979, Stultz Pharmacy has provided our area with the finest in pharmacy care, 24-hour emergency prescription service, free delivery, and drive-through service for prescriptions. Stultz Pharmacy continues to fill all of your expectations. They carry a nice selection of gift items. For hometown service, see the professionals at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Bottom of the seventh inning, 7-2. Raceland leads it. Lewis County 2, 3, and 4. Case Schweitzer and Lucas will come to the plate. Rams trying to pick up their 11th win on the season. As Lewis County trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. So Kaylin Case will start things off. She's 0 for 3 tonight. Popped out in foul territory and pair of outs to left field. This one's a rocket out into center field, dropping out into the gap and making the catch is Bailey Burney. Nice catch there by the senior. She got a heck of a jump on that ball. I thought she was going into the fence and was take out our camera. That would have probably been a great angle to go to if we'd had it, to be able to get to it. It was right in front of the camera out there in left center field. But Birdie makes that one look easy as she robs Case for a double at least. Now Grace Schweitzer comes in. Schweitzer 1 for 3. Singled her first time through in that first inning when the Lions took the lead. Flew out to right and struck out looking her last time up. Rolls this one over to third. McMacken with the pick and the throw. There's 2 down. Allie McMacken doing a great job over at third. One of those positions that had been anchored by Reagan Mackey for about 3-4 years. Has really settled in over there nicely and given the Rams a solid option at the hot corner. So Jara Lucas offers this one. Poplin giving chase, but she runs out of real estate right there in front of where our camera is, there in the open end of the dugout well. Shelby Gauls chatting it up with our field umpire, Jerry Foster. She has never met a stranger, by the way. I'll just tell you that much right now. Great kid. She has never met anybody that is a stranger to her. Here's the 0-1 to Jara. Fouled away, 0-2. Now the Lions down to their final out of the ball game. Rams trying to pick up their first district win on the season. With a pair of district games coming up with Russell and Greenup County this week. Here's the 0-2. Misses high for a ball. Raceland with only one strikeout tonight. Grubb has fanned 5. The 1-2. Goes with the eephus. And our home plate umpire was not going to call that a strike even if he wanted to. You can see Devana Grubb's face right there as she takes a long stroll behind the. She pulled the string on that. That was the Bugs Bunny pitch from all the way back in the great days of Looney Tunes. 2's wild across the board. And a rocket foul heads up over on third base box there. David Lucas. Our home plate umpire saying 3-2. It is not 3-2. Wow. It is 2 balls and 2 strikes, guys. It is not 3-2. I am sorry. The umpire in the field is saying 2-2. That's exactly what it should be. Now, he's not doing his fingers. He held up 2-2 very clearly. Jeez, oh, Pete. Math is hard for some people. Lucas battling here in her final at-bat in the 7th, trying to keep this game alive. Grubb back to work. 2-2 pitch. Swung on a miss, strike 3, and that's your ball game. Raceland wins at 7-2. Post-game show when we return after this on Kool TV.
Kentucky Christian University is a private, nonprofit university located in the beautiful foothills of eastern Kentucky. For over a century, KCU has been transforming the hearts and minds of students through a Christ-centered academic community that is both academically rigorous and intimately personal. Begin the journey to the career of your dreams today at kcu.edu.
At First National Bank, we strive to make every person that walks through our doors feel like family. Because to us, you are. For over 120 years, we have lived in and served the families of Kentucky with genuine care through the good times and the bad. Come and see the difference banking with family can truly make for you at any of our 7 locations or visit our website at www.fnbgrayson.com. First National Bank, member FDIC.
Final score here in Vanceburg. Raceland wins at 7-2. Here's how it went down. Raceland left 2 runners on scoring position back in the first. Lewis County played to the first run of the ball game as they led it 1-0. Rams got 2 across in the second on a 2 RBI single from Allie McMacken. Rams led it 2-1. A run across in the third on an RBI single from Kaya Noble. That evened the ball game at 2. But the Rams dent the scoreboard with 3 runs in the 5th. And 2 more runs in the 6th. And they come out of here with a victory for their 11th win of the season, but their first in district play. Final score is 7-2. Go away. You're bothering me. You're not even supposed to be up here. Shouldn't you have like a camera to be taking down or doing something? I mean, jeez, oh, Pete. Here's the final line in the ball game. Callie Vance goes 3 for 4. Peyton Mackey and Allie McMacken each with 2 hits for the Rams, who claimed 10 on the ball game. Poplin advanced with doubles in the winning effort. For Lewis County, Jared Lucas and Kaya Noble with 2-hit outings. Noble with a double. She drove in both runs for Lewis County here this evening. Pitching looks like this for Raceland. Devana Grubb goes the distance, 7 hits, 1 run. It was earned, struck out 6, does not walk a batter. She'll take the win, her 11th of the season. Kaya Noble goes 5 innings, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. Struck out a batter, walked a batter. She'll take the loss. Jared Lucas, 2 innings of work, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Does not strike out a batter. She walks a batter. Final box score is as this. Raceland 7 runs on 10 hits, 3 errors. They leave 6 runners on base. Lewis County, 2 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. They leave 9 runners on base. An hour 51 to decide it. The Rams pull away late for a 7-2 victory here for their first win in 63rd District play. That's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. A big hat tip to all the great folks here at Lewis County for always just being so hospitable when we walk in here and just make it a pleasure to make the trip up here to Vanceburg. Hat tip to my crew, Trey and Felicia Collier, as well as everyone out there tuning in to our game here tonight. Final score, Raceland wins at 7-2. For Trey and Felicia Collier, I'm James Collier, saying so long and have a great weekend from everyone here at the Kool TV.
Thank you for watching another Lewis County Lions broadcast live on Kool TV. This broadcast of Lewis County Lions softball has been an exclusive sports presentation of the Kool Hit Sports Network and Kool TV.